What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Sideswipe the Boss back at it again with another ranking. And today I'm ranking yet another Arrowverse show that has passed and left us behind, and that show is Supergirl. So y'all should know the drill by now. Since this is a final ranking of a show, I'm going to just give a quick little retrospective and what the show means to me, and then I'm going to get into the actual traditional ranking. And if you do enjoy this video, just hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We just hit 800 recently, so thank you for that. Let's try and reach 900 by the end of the month. That would be great in trying to reach the 1,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year. So just keep on liking and keep on subscribing, and the support would be very appreciated. So I've been with Supergirl since the beginning of the show, back in 2015 when it was first airing on CBS, and then I left really quickly. Supergirl has kind of been a rocky road for me. It's not really one of my favorite Arrowverse shows, but it's not the worst in my opinion. But still, it definitely had a rough start. I kind of quit after a couple of episodes in season 1. I was young back then. I didn't have a big attention span. And, Supergirl's kind of a built different show, to be honest. It kind of focuses a little bit more on the messages they're trying to tell, other than like all the great action and spectacles and stuff like that. I mean, it still has that. But like at the core of the show, it's really big on the messages that it's trying to tell, the lessons it's trying to teach the audience and stuff like that. And I guess my 14-year-old self wasn't really accustomed to that at the time, so I did leave the show after like a couple episodes in season 1. However, I did make my way back to the show because I heard that the Flash was going to show up on the show. So I was like, all right, let me tune into this. Let me catch back up. And, still season 1 wasn't great in my opinion, but it did, with that Flash cameo, it did open the door for Supergirl to be officially brought into the Arrowverse, since, it was on CBS at first and not the CW like all the other shows were. So it was a little like unsure if it was in the Arrowverse. But then in season 2 it moved to the CW, so it practically confirmed it, basically. And I've been with the show and watching it ever since. It definitely is calling out to a specific demographic, a specific audience. And, if you're not kind of in that little bubble that it's kind of calling out to, this might not be the show for you. And I mean, I can understand that. Just like, don't bash on it because of that. But for me, it was just an alright show. It wasn't terrible or anything. It still had its moments. But for me, it never really got past like good or even great at times, just because of that factor of it kind of really wasn't speaking to my demographic personally. But I mean, it still had its moments, for real. Supergirl definitely is not a show to be slept on, but like I said earlier, it's not really amazing or anything. No hate to anybody on the show who made it. It's just, I don't know, I guess it just didn't speak to me personally all the time. Granted, even with that fact, I do give Supergirl credit for being a show primarily, focused on the messages and lessons that's trying to teach the audience. Supergirl did speak on some very controversial, very, hard topics, and I feel like, at least in my opinion, that they spoke well on most of the issues they were trying to, speak on or like bring up that was relevant, not even in just the show, but just like in the real world as we know it. So I commend the show for doing that, speaking on those topics. And even though I don't think it hit every time, it definitely hit a majority of the time. So definitely got to give Supergirl credit for doing that. And I just want to give a shout out to all the actors and actresses on the show, for real, because they gave it their all. People like Melissa Benoist, David Harewood, Kyler Lee, even like the guest stars like Chris Wood, Jeremy Jordan, Tyler Hoechlin, everybody on the show, they gave it their all for real. Even when the material was not up to par, even when the writing wasn't really great, they still gave it their all. They gave it 100%, and I could definitely appreciate that for real. All the characters on Supergirl gave it their all. I might not like some of them, but I sure do respect all of them for giving it 100%, and that's really all you can ask from a show, from the actors for real. So definitely kudos to all the actors and actresses for giving it their all in this 6-year show. I honestly just wish the final season gave a little bit more oomph, in my opinion, because it really didn't give more oomph. It didn't feel like a final season per se. It just felt like a regular season of Supergirl, you know, with the regular things, not too big stakes, to be honest. Even though they said, oh, it was big stakes and the world could end, it didn't feel like it. And I'm kind of disappointed by that. I would have thought Supergirl would have gone out with a bang, but it really didn't, and I was disappointed by that. It still had its moments, and it did like close some stories or complete some storylines that the show set up in its run. But overall, it just didn't feel like a final season. I wish it gave a little bit more oomph and gave us a little bit more to like leave us with. But I mean, that's not saying it was bad, in my opinion, but it just, I don't even consider it all right. It just was there, to be honest. I wish it gave a little bit more. That would have been a better way to go out, with a little bit more oomph, give us a little bit more to enjoy, in my opinion, and make it feel like a final season. So far, the only show in the Arrowverse that has felt like its final season was Arrows. But I mean, I guess they had Crisis on Infinite Earths to help benefit that. But still, I just wish the show felt like a final season, like the final season. I wish it felt like a final season. I mean, it did, like I said, wrap up some storylines, but still, it was just mediocre to me. It wasn't really too special, in my opinion. It is going to be weird, though, not having Supergirl around anymore, because I was with Supergirl since the beginning, and even though it's not my favorite show in the Arrowverse, it still definitely had its moments, and I appreciate those moments. Supergirl was a pivotal part of, you know, the Arrowverse becoming a bigger universe, and so I appreciate the show for doing that. And, you know, just kudos to everyone on the show, like all the actors, actresses, the producers, directors. Kudos to all of them for, you know, lasting 6 seasons, because 6 seasons is pretty impressive for any type of show, whether it's like a drama, superhero, comedy, all of that. So, yeah, kudos to everyone involved for lasting 6 seasons. This show might have not been my favorite show in the Arrowverse, but it still left its mark. And it's going to be weird without that mark in the Arrowverse. So, you know, farewell, Supergirl. Maybe we'll see her again sometime in like a crossover or something. That would be pretty cool. So that was my little retrospective on Supergirl. Now let's get into the traditional ranking of the show, where I just rank the seasons of the show based on my enjoyment of it. And Supergirl has 6 seasons, so this is going to be a little bit longer than, you know, like those 4-season ones I've been doing recently. But let's just get into it right away. Let me know in the comment section down below what your ranking of the seasons would be. Would you change them up from mine? Would you keep them the same? Do you agree with my pros and cons? Just let me know all that in the comment section down below. And if you do enjoy this video, just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.
I would have done anything for that woman, but she dumped me.
You're doing things that Superman couldn't even do.
Kara, you leap into the sky head first into danger, and you don't seem scared of falling.
What's so bad about falling?
Supergirl!
You may have powers, Kara, but we don't always know who our enemies are. So we need to be prepared to face anyone.
It's been a long time, little one. And Astra.
We have to stop her.
I'm just trying to keep you safe.
Of all the things the S stands for, safety is not one of them.
You're pointless, sad, pathetic.
Don't talk to me like that!
I'm not a villain, I don't want to kill Supergirl. I just want her to experience the same hurt she inflicted on me. And soon enough, she will.
No one knows who she is, what planet she's from.
There is no hiding from midnight.
I'm Supergirl, and I don't hide from anything.
Now it is time to avenge yourself against the brother who wronged you.
I need to know why you betrayed me.
This cape damage is terrible for aerodynamics.
Your new suit will materialize.
Pants? So cold in that phantom zone. Every breath felt like ice.
We're gonna get through this together.
What if that fear never goes away?
I will be beside you. Every step of the way.
Your oceans are dying.
Neglect like this is what destroyed Krypton. We have to stop it.
You've unleashed a force of hell on Earth.
Nixley? Miss me?
Don't worry, you're safe now.
None of us are safe.
It's only when we take risks that we can find out who we are meant to be.
The times ahead will be the most trying yet, but you can face them.
It's a cryonuclear bomb.
We need to get everyone out of here.
I have to destroy the bomb. Terrible, but it was awesome! I dreamt of this moment. Both of us teaming up.
You didn't tell me that you know Clark Kent.
I'm with her.
I have anything in my teeth. Your cousin smells terrific.
Enough.
This is my cousin, Superman.
I have a million questions. How do you shave?
Breathe. In order to live, we must keep daring.
We're moving back to Gotham.
It doesn't bother you that I got top credit on this one, does it? Fear. No matter how much we believe in ourselves, that never really goes away. Even now, I think I'm not afraid of anything, and then something new and ugly chases me back down the rabbit hole.
Up, up, and away. Went, splat.
Let him who desires peace prepare for war.
This was a hate crime motivated by anti-alien sentiment.
We will find them. Who are you?
An agent of liberty.
People need to be afraid.
Even if it means we have to sell it to them.
You won't stop this.
I'm stopping you both.
You're really good at multitasking.
Some might call it super.
You are gonna regret the day you screwed me. Because now, you have all of my attention.